Hello everyone and welcome to this week's English commentary of a game that was played in 1996. The commentaries are given in the book Dubious Formations and How to Attack Them. This was part number 5 in the appendix, and the author would like to express his gratitude to Master Jim Png and Grandmaster Xiangqi for allowing me to translate and produce a video of their work in the name of promoting Xiangqi. So without further ado, let us begin. Jiangsu's Master Xu Jianmiao started with the central cannon, and Jilin's Master Hu Qingyang played the greenhouse defense. Now, so far so good. This would, instead of pushing the pawn forward, red would play h8 plus 9. This is another major variation in the central cannon versus greenhouse defense. Red chooses to play p7 plus 1. Red goes for the 5-7 cannons, and black plays r1 equals to 2. So far all these are considered orthodox, and black would play c2 plus 4 to form a blockade. Now this is one of the relative old school ways of playing this position. Usually in actual matches now, c2 plus 2 is played, whereby black would threaten to play c7, h7 plus 8. Another option would be to play c8 plus 4. However, this variation is still viable. Now, red would continue with r2 plus 4, which is usually played in similar situations. The main idea behind this move would be that red would be prepared to play p9 plus 1 and develop his horse and prevent the black chariot from protecting the cannon and thus gain some initiative. Now, this is a steadfast choice. R2 plus 6 is sometimes seen, but it's not usually recommended now because black had already formed a blockade over here, and black would simply play h7 plus 6 to threaten to attack. Black would have seized and commanded the initiative. That is why r2 plus 4 would be a better option than r2 plus 6 in this situation. So black offered to trade material. Of course, black would refuse, and black developed the chariot in this manner so that he could traverse the chariot over here. Now this will lend support and add more pressure on this file. Now this is a safe and reliable counter that is often seen. Now it would not be a good idea to play r8 plus 6 because once red played p9 plus 1, the cannon would have to move, or h9 plus 8 will result in an embarrassing predicament for this cannon. So usually the cannon is retreated, having wasted one move, and red will start to attack this file and the horse over here. So red would have the initiative. So red continued with p9 plus 1 as planned, and this would prevent, this would be made in anticipation of h9 plus 8. Red would then take the time to develop this horse, and at this point in time, black accepted the trade. Now this is a very weak move, and would be the main reason why black would lose. The recommended move would be to play r2 plus 2 instead to prevent to trade pawns. Now p7 plus 1 is not a good idea because after trading pawns, black's horse will be placed in mortal danger, and black would have a hard time trying to deal with this situation. So of course red would capture the pawn, and the horse will be moved to the riverbank, and red would make a very nice move with r8 plus 1, threatening to traverse his chariot over here and storm this flank. Now, would it be a good idea to play a4 plus 5? Answer would be no, because red would lose tempo and black would now have would have covered up his weaknesses. Neither would r3 plus 5 be a good idea, because black could trap the trap the red chariot in this manner, threatening to capture the elephant for threat and then capturing the chariot again. So red will have to play e3 plus 1, and black go down, consolidate his defense, forcing the chariot away. And at this point in time, although black had lost an elephant, he will be adding tons of pressure on this flank, and the gains that red had made would not be worth it. Black, on the other hand, although he had lost an elephant, but the resulting position would be greatly to his favor. So that is why r8 plus 1 would be a good move in this situation. Now, black covered up his weaknesses, e7 plus 5. It would be a horrible mistake to try to think that he could capture the central pawn, because red would simply capture the red check, and this would be in effect a trade of one red chariot for two of black's major pieces. But red would now be attacking, and this flank was very, very vulnerable. And red would now go for a checkmate with the pal corner horse, and also the elbow horse attack if need be. And at this point in time, the black chariots cannot do much. The cannon will also be in mortal danger. So red would have a winning position. And after delivering a check, the cannon would be lost. So red would have a winning position in this situation. So that is why capturing the central pawn is a no-no. So red will now play r8 goes to 4. And black responded by capturing the central pawn. Now this was a forcing move by black. It would not be a good idea to play r2 plus 3 at this point, because now red will apply a fork threatening to gain material. So this would become a very complicated situation. Black will be forced to capture the central pawn, and red would defend in this manner. This would be the sound move. Red would offer to trade material in this manner, because once the advisor was moved, this king could also join in an attack, and red would be prepared to storm this flank. So this would be the sound move. Now h3 plus 5 would not be a good idea, because after capturing, the black horse will still be targeting this chariot. And this would be a trade of material. For example, so black would have weathered the storm nicely, and red would not have gained much in the process. So that is why, h3 plus 5 should not be played, and a4 plus 5 would have been better. And after a4 plus 5, say black captured the cannon, traded material. The horse was now attacking the cannon, forcing black to retreat the cannon. And as mentioned earlier, the king will now join in the attack. And black's left flank is void. Now this is a prophylactic move, which is a very powerful move also, because now red will be prepared to play e3 plus 5 to cover up weaknesses over here, and also be prepared to capture the advisor and to go for a kill. So that is why r2 plus 3 should not be played. In the match, h6 plus 5 was played, but red will simply move his chariot away from danger and threaten to checkmate. Now, in the match, black defended in this manner. Now, this was another move that resulted in black's rapid demise. Now the only viable choice according to the authors would be to play a4 plus 5. A4 plus 5 were played. Black would immediately form a cannon pin, threatening to gain material. And although black is at a disadvantage, red would have 1, 2, 3, 4. Black would have also 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, but red would have 2 chariots. Although black would still be at a disadvantage, but at least he would still have a slightly playable game, and he could still deal with red's onslaught for the moment. So unfortunately, in the match, red played c9 equals to 6, thinking that he could trade material and save himself. But this would result in a rapid demise. Red would capture the cannon, threatening to checkmate again, and move his chariot to safety. Now, this was another brilliant move by red. Although moving the horse to the centroid is usually discouraged, in this situation it was a brilliant move. The reason for this is because red would now initiate a trade of horses, and the attacking potential of this horse would be negated. And another important thing that with this move is that after offering a trade of horses, the cannon will be given a free line to play c5 equals to 2 to storm this flank. And black would be in all sorts of trouble if that were to happen. So this was the crucial move for red, or the winning move for red in this game. So, of course, black would refuse to trade material. Red would just simply move the cannon away, offering his chariot as a sacrifice, threatening to checkmate. The king would be moved out. And red would move his chariot to the riverbank to avoid capture, and also threatened with a checkmate, or with a check. Black is forced to protect in this manner. And as can be seen, red would now gain material, and seeing that it was a hopeless situation, black decided to call it a day and resign. So all this happened in just a very few moves. So a short recap: the central cannon, greenhouse defense, the 5-7 cannons without pushing the pawn. This is actually a name of the variation. And black chooses to advance the cannon in this manner, for which whereby red countered in this fashion. So far, all the moves here are considered to be orthodox, offering a trade of material, and black plays aggressively with his safe and reliable counter. Red continues with his plans of playing h9 plus 8. Black prevents that from happening, and so far the material is okay, but at this point in time, black chose to capture the pawn, and this will result in a trade of pawns, and the weaknesses over here on black's left flank will be glaring and hard to cover up. Black moved the horse to the riverbank, and red played a very nice move with ra plus 1. Now in the variation, c equals to 5, etc. was not possible. So black continued to consolidate his defense. Black now have concentrated 2 major chariots threatening to storm this flank. Now, this was forced. Black was forced to make this move, threatening to checkmate. And at this point in time, after black captured the red cannon, black made this very beautiful move, retreating his horse to offer a trade of material and allowing his cannon to traverse for the final kill. Moving the chariot, and red gains material, whereby black resigned. So I hope you've enjoyed this short but very exciting commentary by the Grandmasters. If you like the work that I've been doing, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.